That's news to me.
Yeah.
What up, scholars? What up? What up?
What did you?
What up? We back.
We back.
We back. Sorry, I'm in a good mood, son. I'm in a great mood today.
Tell us why you're in a good mood.
I had an epiphany.
Epiphany?
An epiphany, son.
I don't know her.
Nah, I know you don't, because this is my epiphany.
Your
epiphany? I don't know what yours are. Annoying ass. Nah, I had an epiphany because I was having we talked about this last episode. Mental awareness, men's mental health awareness month. I had me a little bit of an episode last week, so to speak, where I was like, you know, you get to that point where you think like, yo, there's got to be something else I should do. Like, I want to make some more moves. I want to do this. I want to do that. So then you start overthinking it instead of like putting the action towards it. So you're just thinking and thinking and thinking. And that joint got bad, yo. Like, to the point where it was like, even like, not for nothing, me and my girl would have conversations and I could feel myself getting annoyed or upset about things that, yo, it's not even that deep, son. It's never that deep.
But take some positive with it. Mm-hmm. It's good that you're at a point where you know maybe you're going a little bit too far.
Yeah, so, yo, because it's one of those things, like, you gotta know who you are in the sense of like, this ain't something I normally do. Like, if you know that you're, you know, flipping, not necessarily flipping out, because I don't do all the yelling and the cussing and all that. It's just sometimes I get like, I got a short fuse.
Ike Turner?
No, that's not me. That's not me, sir. That we don't condone that over here. No.
Eat the cake,
sometimes
anime.
I just get defensive, if you will. So it's like something that could be a joke.
Ike said that.
I get, you know what? You know what? You know what's crazy?
Nah, hey, listen. I'm saying that because Dante tried to say that shit to me.
Well, that's because you. Now you know what? I won't throw you under that bus. You can watch out, sir. Watch out for that bus. I won't throw you under there. But now, what I was gonna say is, it's just not. It's like little things, like getting annoyed about certain things that aren't annoying, or like not having fun in moments that are normally a fun moment. It's like once you realize, like, yo, I'm going down a certain way, like something's not okay.
Yeah.
It's also good to have a person in your life who can kind of like, yo, you all right? Because you could lie to yourself sometimes. You could be like, yo, I'm good.
And be lying.
And then be lying. But you want to believe instead of focusing on what that thing is that's like making you overthink. It's like, yo, it was something so small. So I picked up this book, bro. And I've had this book for, I'm comfortable saying like, over, like maybe not a year. At this point, yeah, actually it's been a year because I got it when I went to Japan. It's called The Obstacle is the Way.
Okay.
Bruh, it literally talks about like things happen. And because it happens and you personalize it, now all of a sudden it's a good or a bad thing. No matter what happens, it's just an event, but you personalize it by saying like, oh, I'm happy that this happened or I'm upset that this happened. So when things don't go your way, it's because you want something to be for you instead of just saying, yo, it happened, but what can I do in this moment? So it's like today at work, I was going to do a pitch at this district, right? And the train's running crazy. So I finally was supposed to get on the train and I missed it because I was looking at the map instead of just trusting my gut and getting on the train that I knew it could have been. So I'm sitting there mad, getting angry and everything. And I'm like, yo, in this moment, what can I control?
Facts.
Can't control the train. Can't control the time. Yo, the only thing I could do is just let them know, like, yo, if I'm gonna be late or something like that. But luckily, it worked out because literally it's New York. So miss one, next 15, another one coming kind of situation. So it was like, but in that moment, normally I would overthink and be like, damn, I'm gonna be late. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Bro, sometimes you just gotta take that step back and just go, what can I control in this moment? If the answer is nothing but myself, yo, you gotta find a way to control yourself in that moment and keep it pushing. So it's just like, I've had good days, better weeks, possible better months coming up, you know? So it's like, just getting in a better headspace, bro. Getting in a real better headspace. So today, I'm great, son. It's all smiles and everything like that, son. I'm ear to ear, son.
Listen,
you know?
I'm happy you're shit-eating grin. I'm happy you're in a better place. That's what's
son.
up. You know, like we've been telling y'all, man, y'all got to take y'all mental health seriously. Don't shy away from the problems y'all going through. That's some real shit Dante just said. I'm happy he was able to share that with y'all so y'all can know how to operate it. And it's funny, you're clapping up for that. And it's also hilarious, too, because when I was leaving the airport yesterday, in the Uber we were taking to get home, some fucking homeless guy on a bike hit the side of the Uber. Like, you know, he had a garbage bag and a stick hanging off his bike.
Okay.
Scratches the Uber. So I'm looking at the Uber driver. I'm like, hey, you want me to check to see the damage? He was like, why? You checking is not going to prevent it from happening. It happened. There's nothing you can do about it. And I'm like, yo, that's some real shit. Because like you just said, if you can't control the moment of what just took place, why be upset about it? You can be a little frustrated, but at that point, your frustration is not helping anything.
You allowed to feel. Like, I'm not saying that you can't feel nothing, but like, for example, if you hit a pothole and it messes up your tire, you're going to be pissed. A normal person would be pissed. Like, damn, my tire, blah, blah, blah. Yo, that pothole was there and you were just in the wrong place at the wrong time kind of situation. But that pothole, it was always there. So now because you ran over it, you're like, damn, my tire. Yo, 3 weeks ago, somebody probably had the same exact thing happen, and to them, it could have just been an event. Yo, the pothole was here. I didn't swerve. It is what it is. Now I need to call AAA.
Listen, I went through that. What was that? A month ago, I had to hit you up for your AAA. Like, and when I called,
no. If AAA is listening, that was me. That was my car.
Yeah, Dante was in the car.
I was there the entire time. Okay, proceed.
When we were in the car together, like when we spoke, you could see like I wasn't upset, I wasn't frustrated.
He was chilling,
and we were on our way going somewhere. At the same time, it was like it happened. I was upset in the moment of it, but I want to say like 5 minutes passed. I was good because it's like it's going to get situated. What's going to happen is going to happen. I already got over the fact that I had to spend unnecessary money I didn't want to spend. I'm like, you know what? What can we do? I need this car to get around. So you have to put yourself in a situation and operate like that. We're not sitting up here telling you guys like act like nothing's going on because that's not real. It's just about how you process what you're going through, and it's funny because I just and piggybacking off what you said, not the week that just passed, but weeks prior, I've been upset about a few things that are coming back from my past. And not in the sense of like it's getting in the way of shit that's happening now, just in the sense that I got to a point where I feel like a lot of people that I associate with judge my reaction to things off of shit that I used to do.
Yeah, bro.
And that shit agitates me.
Yeah, because then you get even more mad because it's like, I'm not even responding like that. And it's like when you talk to somebody and they don't listen to what you're saying, they're just talking to like talk to you.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I know you're going to act like that. No, you don't. If I acted a certain way when I was fucking 22, 23, what makes you think 33 years old Sean would do the same shit?
I'd hope not.
Yo, I'm not. Yo, and like, I can say that shit till I'm blue in the face. I'm not that same person. You've been around that person.
Yeah.
I don't carry myself like that. Like, to a point, I know people like, oh, don't say that. I could be real. I hate that person. Like, that person is nowhere near the person I am today. But I had to go through what I went through to understand, like, yo, that ain't it.
And then perspective switch. You don't gotta hate them. You appreciate the fact that those moments needed to happen because had they not, who knows what Sean would be like today.
Exactly. So that's taking the positive out of it. So that's why it agitates me a little bit when people try to respond to me based off of how I used to respond to shit. Don't do that. If we're talking about some shit in the now and I say something to you, don't think like, oh, well, before. Nah, fuck that. We're good. So I'm not gonna put the situation out there, but at the same time, it bothered me a little bit because I'm like, yo, why you acting like that?
Yeah.
But overall, I've been good. I just got back from Chicago.
Chi City.
Chi-Town. Listen, Chicago's a really nice.
My boy became a White Sox fan over a weekend. So.
A bit absurd.
My boy Chicago'd out over there.
Listen, I just got the Bulls hat on. I fuck with this hat. This hat was dope. I did buy this hat yesterday.
Now he gonna claim Chicago and be like, "Oh, I'm a Bulls fan because I like Chicago."
Listen, let's get one thing straight.
You hear Steve? Give it up, Steve. Boo.
Dante just doing that because he's a Knicks fan. Listen, let's get one thing straight. I am not a Bulls fan. I was a Michael Jordan fan back in the day.
Michael Jordan.
And this is, as you can see, the Eastern Conference shit up here. This is a homage to him. I'm gonna hold my hand like this because I'm gonna share the picture of me in front of the Jordan statue.
I was about to say, you was shaking Jordan's hand. That's you gonna show the picture of little Sean shaking Jordan's hand.
If I would have, and that was Father's Day, and I took that picture. If I had met Michael Jordan, bro, oh my goodness. He'd
have happy.
Nah, but yo, like Chicago's a really big city, and it's a really beautiful city. Like you'll hear a lot of bullshit in the news about what's happening in certain parts of the city, but the entire fucking city is not like that.
Yeah.
I suggest that you guys, when you get a chance, if you want to take that trip, take it. Chicago is such a beautiful city.
That's a city on my bucket list.
I'm definitely going
because I had a cousin that lived in Chicago.
Stop it.
I believe.
Damn you, Steve.
I believe she met her husband out there, and then they moved out to San Fran. But she said it was beautiful. Chicago is a real nice city and everything. It's just those winters.
Listen,
those winters are horrible from what I understand.
From what we were told out there. So, like, obviously, Chicago has the Chicago River that runs literally right through the city. That river is fucking beautiful. The way they set it up, it's so nice. We took a architecture boat tour.
Ooh.
And it goes down the river and
Fancy.
it explains why each building was built the way it was. And it's so beautiful, man. It was amazing. As hot as it was. I think on average, the average temperature for the 4 days we were out there was around like 85, 90.
Okay.
But at night, that shit is the windy city for a reason.
Oh, for real?
When I tell you that wind, even when it's hot, that wind start kicking up.
Nah.
Oh my God, if we were on rooftops, bruh.
I don't know the science behind it, but it got to be something to do.
Nah, as you get higher, but listen, heat rises.
I know that, but I'm saying Chicago's not like an elevated city to the point where is it?
It's not like Denver, but it's elevated enough, and you can drive around the city and see that. Like there's certain parts, like Chicago has a lot of skyscrapers. There's certain parts of the city, if you look straight ahead at the downtown area, it looks like you're on level with the skyscraper. So there are parts of the city that are really elevated.
Okay. The more you know. The more you know. Because I didn't know that, yo. Look at that.
It's a really fucking beautiful city. I think since I had the experience I had in Toronto, I'm not shitting on Toronto. I'm not shitting on Toronto. I was just expecting something different. But, yo, Chicago is really fucking clean, bro.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Okay.
The downtown area is spacious. Don't get twisted. It's a lot of skyscrapers. There are certain parts that look like New York. But how I would describe it, it's a cleaner Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yo, Chicago's such a beautiful fucking city.
Okay, look at
now,
that.
Granted,
you about to move out to the Midwest. I feel
don't get twisted. If I had an option of all the places I visited to move from this trip, Chicago would be number one.
Chicago's the top of the list.
Yeah, it moved up.
Okay.
It would be now. It would be Chicago 1. It'd probably be Houston 2.
Damn turkey legs.
Listen, I ain't want to say nothing.
Yo, for those that aren't familiar with what I'm bringing up, if you haven't seen previous episodes, Sean will literally fly down to Houston just to get these smothered turkey legs. He swears by them. And those of you that have had them before, maybe I'm the one that's wilding, you know. But I've never had something that made me say, you know what? Just look at me right here. I can admit when I'm wrong. Before I even finish my statement, you know why? Because that's how I feel about In-N-Out Burger. True story. I had a coworker when I used to work at this nonprofit organization who lived in San Diego. That was like her stomping grounds. So she went out there to visit family.
You had her bring you back a fucking In-N-Out Burger?
See, what you're not going to do is tell people that I've had her fly me back In-N-Out Burger. Because what actually happened was I had her fly me out 2 In-N-Out Burgers and an order of French fries. Because why can't I just get a burger and fries? And now that I think about
That flight is 7 hours.
Yep. And when I got the food, I sat there and was like, this was a bad decision. But you know what? Those of y'all know where this is going. I definitely heated it up. Yeah. I found a way to like salvage what I could. And fuck that In-N-Out Burger
At that point, for that long, you gotta put that shit in the oven. You can't microwave that. Bro.
Yo, look, that's what air fryers are for. Oh, okay. You take the fries, you put them in there. Okay. Listen, I'm not saying that they were like top tier, like fresh out the fryer.
If you would have microwaved that,
if you
would have microwaved that shit, should be all
serial
soggy.
Killers microwave French fries because there's no way in the world you're gonna do that and enjoy that meal.
Chewing rubber.
Listen, no, but that is so. When you bring up the turkey leg, I take my statement back because, like I said, I can admit when I'm wrong. Because if you would fly out for a turkey leg, I definitely. Anytime I go to the West Coast, the first thing I always look up. Do y'all got it In-N-Out Burger?
So, I don't think there's any in the Midwest.
No, that's why I say out west.
Yeah. They have their own special fast food place called I don't want to butcher the name. I think it's called Prosciutto's or something like that. It starts with a P. But they sell like a lot of Chicago style dishes, pizza, hot dogs. Oh, if you go to Chicago, do not put ketchup on your hot dog.
Wait, why not?
They will
Wait, first of all,
you.
why are you eating a hot dog anyway, yo?
What do you mean?
Hey, you hear him?
Listen, that's what Chicago.
Hey, you hear him?
Grow up.
Pause.
Okay, grow up.
He had a hot dog between two buns.
Good
Hey,
job,
yo, wow. Mr. Frankfurter over here, son.
Glizzy Gobbler.
Yo, son. Go ahead with your story, Glizzy Gobbler.
Like I was saying.
Yo, son. Ain't no way.
No, like I was saying.
Ain't no way.
The Chicago style hot dog has
Ain't no way.
listen, Steve and Dante, grow up, okay? Grow up. Grow up. All right? I said, no, you talk about that thick and veiny highway.
Because I did it. I said it's a long highway. You took it and ran with it, son.
You know what you said.
I know, yeah, I do know what I said.
You know what you said. Anyway,
Go ahead.
Anyway.
Go ahead, Carvel.
So a Chicago style hot dog has tomato, it has pickles, it has jalapenos on it. I'm missing something.
I think onions, right?
Onions and mustard.
Ah, okay.
So, and you're not, like, literally, they would shit on you if you try to put ketchup on
Why?
it. There's just a Chicago thing.
Okay.
Like, one of the hot dog places we went to, there was a big ass sensor sign. Always! There was a big ass, you know the symbol, the not do this
The
symbol.
do not enter sign kind of thing?
Like the circle with
the circle
slash.
with the line through. Yeah.
So
I don't know what
fucking-
it's called, but I know.
And then in the word that was in the back of it said, if you put fucking ketchup on this hot dog, we will remove you from the premises. Like, and that shit was in the airport. That shit said, you don't do it. Bro, they don't play with that shit. Don't put ketchup on your
So
hot
if they have barbecues, it's literally just mustard that's going to be there.
If you getting a dog, they
Yeah.
only put mustard on it.
See, I like how you try to switch it up and call it a dog. Like that's supposed to make it sound better. Yo, you going to just keep going, huh? This dude is wildin', son. Go to Chicago for a weekend and you come back loving hot dogs, bro? I don't know, son.
Listen.
Hey, to each his own, brother. To each his own. You love who you love, son. Remember, this is Pride Month and you love who you love, son.
Happy Pride.
I'm not here to judge you, sir.
Happy Pride Month.
You live your best life.
You killing me. He killing me, Smalls. But now,
Killing me with this shit, man. That's how you
this
feel.
is Chicago. Chicago. Yo, he really killing me. Shout out to R. Kelly.
Wow. That's where we going, son? That's where we going, son?
Talking about Chicago. I'm only
And then
saying.
you could have shouted out Kanye crazy ass. You could have shouted out Common. You shouted out R.
He
Kelly.
just played an R. Kelly soundbite. Steve, you better. Steve about to walk in and say he just played an R. Kelly soundbite.
Here at Elevate Education, we do not condone anything that Mr. Robert Kelly has
Oh my
done.
God. You're killing me. Oh my God.
Just had to give that PSA to our public. Son.
Put the camera on Dante.
Get that camera off me. You ever seen that video where the dude took a shot of Henny and his mans was recording him?
Yeah.
And he was like, cut. That's how you look right now,
Oh my
son.
God.
Yeah, because all of that talking that you're doing over there, son. You are a wild boy, son.
Yo, oh my God.
So
But
overall,
like
it
I was-
sounds like Chicago was a good venue for you to go over to. Okay.
Chicago, I'm ready, Steve. Chicago is a really good city to visit. Obviously, there's certain parts you need to stay the fuck away from.
Yeah, because you brought up that statistic that I thought you was just
Yeah.
gonna gloss over. Because if you didn't bring it up,
Listen, I'm gonna bring it up because
it's crazy.
People need to be
in 4 days.
Yeah, people need to be aware. So there were 48 people over the weekend who got shot in Chicago, but I can inform you, I seen none of it. What the news and conservative media would like you to believe is that it's happening across the entire city. It's not. Every major city in this country has a shitty part to it.
Could you imagine if an entire like area was just gun ridden and I'm not just talking about a city block. A city as big as that.
Yeah.
That's like saying all of New York City is the worst to go to because you'll get stabbed if you walk down the street.
But that's what they would want you to believe, so that certain people could stay away from it. Like a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of people when they hear Newark, because we're from Jersey, they just assume that all of Newark is bad. That's not fucking true. Go to the Forest Hill section in Newark.
There's some nice areas in Newark. There are really some nice areas.
Are you kidding me? Like, we gotta kill this narrative of, since it's happening in that city, that means the whole city is bad.
But here's what I'll throw out to you. What if these reports that they say, like these cities are really horrible, as to keep certain people away from, to continue to gentrify like they've been doing? Because hear me, because I remember I told you, I grew up in Brooklyn. The Brooklyn that's around now, that is not the Brooklyn that I grew up with. And not in a bad way. I'm saying, make neighborhoods cleaner, make neighborhoods better and all those things. But we was talking about this on the way here. Those brownstones, those things worth millions of dollars. More than likely, a brother or a sister owned a brownstone and was living in there. Did they own it or did they stay there?
That's
the thing. I don't know. I was too young. So I don't know how it went, but I do remember that neighboring areas, the way they look now was not how they looked before. So that's why I brought it up. I think that they bring up a lot of these statistics because they want to lower the property value so they can go in and do what they're doing all over the place right now with the high rises, these luxury apartments. There's buildings, office buildings that they're building multiple things in, but they still have overpopulated areas where it's like, if y'all just turn this into some kind of affordable housing that people could actually like live in and look after and all of that stuff. Because I get it. There are some people out there that use affordable housing in a terrible way. They make it look real shitty, and I get all that.
But everyone doesn't do that.
But that's not everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All these office buildings. You got people from New York coming to Jersey, as much as they make fun about it and everything like that, because it's cheaper to live here and they could still work over there, which is crazy because you got people living or working over there, moving and migrating over here, and the people who are already here getting pushed further and further back to those same areas that you're talking about that have all the crime and all the bad stuff. Bro, they've been doing it forever.
And you hit the nail on the coffin with that, because that's exactly what's happening. I'm fully in.
Yeah, you in it.
In politics.
Made me had to do some research. Keep up with you.
That's not opinion. That's not, we're making it up. That's a fact at this point. They do shit like that to drive the property value down, but to a point to where they know we still can't afford it. When I mean black people.
Black and brown.
So they know in the masses, and for the majority of us, that we won't be able to afford it. A lot of people are not aware that, I want to say 75%, close to 80% of Newark is still owned by people who don't live there. It's mostly a certain type of people, but I don't want to say what it is because I don't want anybody to misconstrue my words or make it seem like I'm saying something other than what the actual facts are. And y'all can look that up because that's not something that's hidden. This is all public information. You can look this up. So when it comes to gentrification, I'm on both sides of it. I'm against it because it's forcing people who are from these areas to leave because they can't afford to be there. I'm for it because how long did you guys think they were going to allow us to just destroy these big ass cities? What can literally be gold mines as far as the money it could bring in for the state. Like, you see what they're doing in downtown Newark. You see what they did to Hoboken. Hoboken, and a lot of people don't know this, and I found this out recently. It's been like 3 years. Hoboken has a hood.
Oh yeah,
like so.
I've seen it before.
You see, they cornered.
That I was about to say it's not very big, but yeah, it exists.
But now
it exists.
None of that shit flows out. You go to Hoboken, you feel like you
don't got nothing to worry about when you go out there. Basically.
Exactly.
That's how it feels.
But there's that one fucking shitty part that's literally like 3 or 4 blocks long, and they literally corner that shit. They know how to keep it in. So now what they're doing is they're going to bottle you motherfuckers in, and they're going to pull all that shit out and then force y'all to go elsewhere or lock y'all the fuck up. And as fucked up as it is, that's why I'm on both sides of it. I think it's wrong to do it in that way. I feel like if you're going to do it that way to try to make the city better, give us a chance to make it better. But I'm on the opposite side of it because how long did you guys think they were going to allow us to fuck these cities up? Mm-hmm. Like, we took the bait and we allowed them to let us destroy ourselves. Mm-hmm. Like I said, but what I'm about to say could be kind of opinionated. Uh-huh. I can't prove it, but at the same time, it makes so much sense. Drugs. You can't tell me that motherfuckers are on these corners selling drugs that are coming from different countries, and these niggas never left Newark. Mm-hmm. Where are they getting it from? Mm-hmm. Who's putting it there?
First of all, that's a real thing, because remember, the war on drugs, that's how all of this stuff happened, in the sense of like, yo, you think America and all of its power and glory that they love to talk about would allow all of these drugs to just magically walk their way
seriously.
in? Do you really want me to believe that? Granted, I don't have any proof. I can't prove it. But I'm also not stupid enough to believe that, yeah, they're just letting it float in from Florida. They just floated in from the water and no one's regulating it. Okay.
I can't
understood.
I can't get on an airplane. I can't get on a boat.
No.
Without being searched to the T to make sure I don't have anything on me or in me. You're telling me that all these fucking drugs magically appear in all these big ass cities in this country?
I'm a firm believer. Again, I don't have the proof, but I'm a firm believer that in a lot of the neighborhoods where, especially before they let weed be legal, yo, they was cracking down on all of that because it was a class 1 narcotic.
Yeah.
Yo, they knew, and actually, there's many movies that make fun of it and things, but particularly Pineapple Express. You ever seen the beginning of that?
Yeah.
Yo, I believe that's exactly how it happened. I believe that's exactly how it happened.
If you look into, so I'm gonna be quick. I'm not, because history lesson. The more you know, I'm gonna get that out the way first. They made weed a gateway drug because during Prohibition, since liquor was still getting smuggled to the mass amount of it was still continued to be pushed in the country, they had to take away something. So once they legalized liquor again, because a lot of people turned to marijuana, since the government wasn't getting paid off it, what did they do? Illegal. Then they started making shit up about it.
Yep.
I don't know about you. I don't smoke heavy, but every time I wanted to smoke, I either got paranoid or wanted to eat.
I've heard that happens to
people.
Never
smoked weed and went, let me try something stronger.
You know? I feel like nobody has ever gone like, you know what? This particular thing got me high. You know what I want to do? I want to get higher. I want to see how high this thing can go. It's like, bro. But again, I know that there is some truth behind it in the sense of people have addictive personalities.
Yes.
People do chase the dragon, so to speak.
Yeah.
But like you said about my other comment, that's not the masses. That is particular situations. I can say that I believe there's a minority in the sense of like treating it to go from one way to the next, because I also believe there's a lot more factors in it than just, oh, I took a pull off a blunt and now I want to start smoking crack. Like, I believe that there's many steps that go before this one to this one. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like no one goes like, I like this thing. How do you make this? Or you put baking soda and all the other stuff. Listen, I don't know how to make it, but I know that there's baking soda and there's enough movies, so y'all know how that shit go. But I've always felt like, this is me personally, I don't know how people want to do the crazy stuff because I can't even take pills. Like, I can't even take allergy pills without feeling like I'm about to choke. People be in here injecting into their veins. Like, do you know how scared I'd be with a needle in my arm? I'd be just poking straight muscle the entire time.
I'm happy you said the movie.
And all of those things that are in it, bruh, you get all these things that are in it, now you put it in your body. Bruh, I can't even be around pollen without my allergies acting up. And y'all want me to put baking soda and all this other garbage in... Bruh, don't get me started. Don't get me started, son.
Listen, I'm happy you said the movie thing. I'm happy you said the movie thing, and it plays into the gentrification thing. Because you know what I fucking hate, bro?
What do you hate, Sean?
You know what I fucking hate?
What do you hate?
The thought process of what it becomes to be a drug dealer. Because a lot of these motherfuckers get these ideas from these movies and be like, yeah, I want to be like Scarface. I want to be like Snowfall. Did y'all watch the same shit that I watched?
Did you see the last episode? That's all you really... Honestly, I'll give you a whole Spark Notes recap, and then you see the last episode, and it's like, yeah.
Yo, but the shit that kills me when motherfuckers glorify these shows and these movies, the same shit happens in all of them.
They either
don't
end
end
up
well.
like Franklin or they end up like Al Pacino.
prison.
They all... three ways. In prison, end up being on the drug that you was pushing, or you end up dead.
Or fourth, broke.
or that.
Why would that? Yo, I want to live that lifestyle so I can have 2 or 3 years on top.
Think about it. There's no exit strategy because no matter how you do it, you could be the best organizer, got a spreadsheet, but yo,
there could be.
No, there can't.
No.
Go ahead.
You gotta know how to rap.
This guy said.
You gotta know how to rap, but you gotta be smart. Yo, real talk. There are drug dealers. It's rare. There are famous drug dealers who were able to get their money and get out.
Yeah.
Because you know what they did? They got their money.
That's an investment job that they were doing.
Exactly. They got their money and then they invested that dirty ass money into other shit. And as soon as they got to a point where that clean money was more than what they were making on the street, guess what? They stopped.
You're done, son.
But you motherfuckers get so caught up in that lifestyle. It's like, oh, I'm going to keep doing it. And then what happens? Something stupid happens and then I want to blame the world. Listen, I remember my brother, all my brothers are 5 years older than me. I remember the first time they sat me down and watched Scarface. I remember sitting at the end of that movie and like, you know what? I am never doing that.
Yo, you got to understand the Scarface's character was literally only good in terms of like being okay. He's got money, he's got this, he's got that for probably, if you think about it, maybe 30 to 40 minutes of that movie. Everything else was struggle. Struggling to get to where the position of being Scarface, then struggling to keep that shit. Like, you don't really even enjoy it. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I want to at least have moments where I can enjoy it that are elongated past a couple of months. That's crazy.
And plus, I wouldn't want to be in a situation when I'm constantly watching my back. That sounds horrible. That's a horrible fucking way to live. You can't go nowhere and just be free. Nothing, bro.
You can't go, yo, I had a rough day, just want to go get a beer at a bar real quick. Nope, not going to happen because you get caught lacking and now you're dead.
Yo, I'm rewatching The Wire for the fucking 30th time right now. And every time I watch it, I'm like, why do niggas do this?
Yo, because it's fast money. It's fast money.
It don't last.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you're not, and you got to think about it like this too. And not for nothing, it happens in the hood mostly because you're acting off survival. So you're not thinking about what's going to happen 10 years from now. You think about, yo, how am I going to get this money right now? And then right now is always the next day because you're always operating on survival.
And like we say, everything's a circle because then what happens when you have that right now mindset is when these motherfuckers can come in and be like, all right, well, we're thinking 10 years from now.
Exactly.
We're going to let you fuck this up. So when we take it from you, you can't be like, why? You know why.
And it was very easy to gentrify certain areas because if you're not paying attention, it happened so quickly because I remember it. This was back in like 2001 when I moved from New York to Jersey. My dad was telling me, and I'm 11, 12 years old at this time. My dad was telling me like, yo, we can't live. And he was talking to my mother like, we're not staying in Brooklyn, New York at all because it's too expensive. We found a house that was built from the ground up. My pops, he makes very good connections with people. He found this realtor who found this other contractor who was able to get a house built up cheaper than what it would have cost for a condo in Brooklyn at that time. That's crazy, bro. And then on top of it, the things that they do to justify it, they could have done already. Because we have nicer shops. Y'all could have been put those there. But they don't. But we got this thing that we're building up. Y'all could have been put it there.
So and that's why I say it's a mixed bag because it's so many of us who operate like we do as far as like, yo, we can have nice things and take care of it. But at the same time, there's so many people that really are stuck in this mindset to where, oh, no one gives a fuck, so fuck it.
You're right.
But if you're going to be like that with your own people, then what's the point? I see if you had that mindset to where, all right, I'm going to act like that with them. But you can't do that shit with your own people and then expect them not to jump into it. Like, it's just not right. And that's why I'm like, how long, like I said, how long were they going to allow this shit to go on? The Newark riots happened in 67.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring up Baltimore because I was watching The Wire.
Mm-hmm.
The Baltimore riots happened in 68.
When the Watts happened? That was in the 80s, right? 70s, I think?
The Watts riot was in the 90s.
The 90s, okay.
Excuse me. So you're telling me from the 60s, gentrification for real, I want to say, started happening in small increments once Reagan got in office. So from the late 60s to when you started seeing it widespread, let's say the early 2000s, late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was going on in them 25 plus years in between that? You feel me? Like, why weren't we buying this shit up? Why weren't we taking ownership on a lot of this shit that was happening? I'm from Newark, so I can speak on Newark. And y'all just saw it. If you guys ever get the chance to see the Little Saints of Newark, the movie about Tony Soprano before he became Tony Soprano.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch that movie, they all lived in Newark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The riots happened.
Yeah.
And they all left.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, the mindset should have been, let's buy this shit. No. People were okay with just renting out. People were okay with just like letting shit happen. And then they allow, one of the worst things that the urban towns allow to happen is that they allow the police force to be made up of motherfuckers who don't live there. Mm. How could you expect people who don't live in the town to understand what's going on in the town to police it correctly? Mm-hmm. They don't know. Growing up, it used to blow my mind that 65% of the police force in Newark was white. And you know me, man, I'm far from racist. I'm not going to say, I got white friends. No, I'm just not racist. But to see that living in this black ass neighborhood, and I rarely saw cops that looked like me growing up. Now you do, mm-hmm. But back then you didn't. So it was like, what the fuck? And almost all of these situations, they would handle it wrong because they didn't know how to operate with us. Because they were trained to think we're inferior. We don't know any better. If we knew any better, we wouldn't fucking protest. We wouldn't riot. We wouldn't sell drugs. We wouldn't destroy the fucking community we lived in. If we knew better, it would be clean. We would do the shit ourselves. We wouldn't be banking on other people to come in and help out with it. That's how they feel about us. We know this, and we choose not to do anything about it. But then, I know for myself, growing up, when I would speak on shit like this, I would be looked as, you're crazy. You got a taste of the suburbs, you want everything to be like that. No, I want my people to be better. That was the whole point of the Black Panther movement. That was the whole point of the Civil Rights movement. Fucking Bloods and Crips started off as the fucking help the community. I think niggas forget that shit. Mm-hmm. But now everybody just want to be, I'm hard. I'm hood. You can't say shit to me. Fuck out my face. Look where it's getting us. To where we're at hotel parties and motherfuckers are telling me that Newark could take on the United States Army.
Dog. I ain't never letting that go. That's gonna live rent free in my head for the rest of my life.
We've been talking about this shit for 3 years now, Dante. That's some crazy shit. And the person who said that shit wholeheartedly believed it.
Yo, I'm sorry, bro. That was by far, and when that moment happened, that's when I told you. I said, you see, this is why I don't argue with people. This is why. Because now I feel like, damn, I entertain this shit. Like, because now I feel dumb. Like, yo, really, you just said that? And now you're a better person in that regard than me, because honestly, to that point, when y'all were even having that discussion, I tapped out probably in the first 10 seconds. Because once she said the words that her block from intersection to intersection can take on the entire army, my brain said, not today. I'm going to focus on something else. I cannot do this shit right now, son. And the crazy part is, I don't even think she was drunk. I don't even think that she didn't have any. I don't think she had an ounce of alcohol.
She meant that shit from the bottom of her heart.
And you kept it going.
No, I didn't keep it going. I know that they want us to be stupid. They play off of it. When motherfuckers are unaware, I'm not gonna say stupid because I say that word a lot. They want us to be ignorant to things, and people hear the word ignorant and just assume that it's an insult. No, all ignorant means is not knowing.
Yeah.
Learn it. So they want us to be ignorant to things because it's easy to control an ignorant ass mind. Do you understand that?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Ignorance is bliss, they say.
Put it back. See, do you understand that? So when people say ignorant shit to me, and we're in an environment where I feel like, you know what, I can talk to them, I'm going to do it.
See, and that's the thing, though. I get why you do it. Like I'm not coming for the intention. I know the intent, bro. Like you're a good-hearted person, so I know what you're trying to do. What I'm trying to get across to you is certain people aren't worth the energy or the time. And this has nothing to do race, color, or creed. This is people in general. Like there are certain people you just can't talk to, not because you don't know how to convey an information to them. It's because they won't listen. It's like that's why I say I don't argue with people because I'll have a discussion with everybody. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I don't care about that because I don't know everything. It's actually pretty dope that I don't because that's how I can learn more stuff. So I'm fine with that. But the whole like my opinion matters more than yours, I'm not doing that because not for nothing, it doesn't. My opinion doesn't even matter more than yours. I'm trying to talk to you. So if someone were to come to me and say like, oh, nah, Newark could take on the whole United States, and I then proceed to say, why do you feel that way? And they say, oh, because I know this person who knows this person, and they have like a real reason. And I'm like, oh shit, let me hear more about this. I'm not saying you're gonna be right, but like just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, but just saying, like, yeah, I know somebody with a gun, dog. Like, come on, like, what are we talking about here?
But she said,
what are we talking about?
In case y'all forgot, so she said, well, after she said the dumb shit about Newark can take on the United States Army.
No, her block, not Newark. Not just Newark. She said her block was the one that can take on the entire U.S. Army. That's what she said, son.
When she said that, so the next statement out of my mouth was, what happens when they roll up with a tank? She was like, we're going to blow that shit up. I'm like, what?
Now they're going to turn into Rambo all of a sudden and be able to, they're going to do like in the movies, they're going to open the top hatch of the tank, throw a grenade in and close it back. It's going to be just like that.
So then after she said that shit, so I'm like, you talk about the United States Army, that there's videos online of these niggas not even sending men, sending fucking drones to just shoot people?
Yeah. I play Call of Duty. I get my SAM turret and I shoot that thing out the sky. Yeah.
Bro, don't get me started. But I say that. I'm gonna wrap myself up. I say that because you there's no way that people would expect that this shit was gonna go on forever. These bigger cities got too much money that they're just sitting on. Like you just said, there's a reason why all these downtown areas have these train stations in Jersey because everything is shuttled to New York. So like where I live at, there's a fucking train station right next to my building.
Yeah.
And it's there because a lot of motherfuckers from New York live there, and they don't have to drive. They get right in the train and go to work. Jersey is seeing dollars. The rest of the country is seeing dollars. So if y'all think they about to just let y'all continue to fuck up these neighborhoods, sorry. So what they're going to do, they're going to keep pushing and pushing till you guys run out of space. And then it's like, oh, where did we go? And then everyone scatters. And now there's no community for us. I hate the fact that we can go to every big fucking major city in the fucking country. There's a Chinatown. There's a Asian community. There's a community.
There's a Spanish community.
Spanish, Indian. But then most of the time when you go to our communities, it's fucked up. I can only think of 2 fucking suburban black communities right now. And the only one I can really name is Baldwin Hills. And only name that shit because it was on TV.
I was about to say, that's the joint that was on TV, right?
Yeah.
MTV had that joint. Yeah.
BET.
My bad. I knew it was one of the TVs.
They owned by the same
It was a T, you know,
Yeah.
the E, you know, we there.
But it should not be like that. And don't get it twisted. I'm fully aware of the shit we have going against us. I'm fully aware that the FBI had things in place in the 60s and 70s to where African Americans couldn't take out loans to get their own shit.
Real shit.
That's not an opinion. That's fact. You guys can look that shit up. I'm not
Actual,
posting nothing.
factual.
That's fact. I'm not making that up. Somebody try to tell me that's my opinion. No,
Nope.
that's fucking fact. They did that shit. They
You don't even
denied
really
it.
have to look that hard.
Yeah,
You can find it.
don't. It took me all 2 minutes to find that shit.
Especially nowadays.
And I'm aware of that. But when we are aware of these things, the worst thing we can do is fall into it. Do something about it. And I'll leave it at that.
And he'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get into my my infomercial voice. And he'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard it here first from the Educated Brothers. Sean over there has just the magic behind his words. Did you hear what he said?
Welcome to
Old Navy. Nah, but all seriousness, y'all, we had a good time yet again. We always do. Like that's my boy right there. You my boy, Blue. You my boy, Blue. We always have a good time. So hope that y'all enjoyed the episode. You know, Sean, I don't know if there's anything to plug. You know, you got any promos for us before we get out of here?
Shout out to Todd. I got the candle with me, but I'm gonna screenshot it.
Yo, people have been loving that promo, by the way, son.
Yo, that was the best infomercial ever, bro.
But with all that being said, no talent beats. Play us out, brother.
Venom.
You waited all episode to do that.
Put it back on one. Put it back on one.
Whose man's is this?